What is going on, big box of Kleenex fans? We are in for a treat today. The box is open. Paul is ready. I'm guessing that's the AMS box. That's his all his personal belongings that they cleared out of his office when he was fired. It sits behind his passenger seat, so he can't ever recline. He moves it sometimes. Sometimes it's not there. So I'm guessing he's moved it before. But it is in the hotel room. He's digging through it meticulously. The extermination of my life by MS was demonstrably personal, not professional. He didn't put the title, The Diary of a Homeless Man Being Exterminated, like entry. He's usually meticulous about that, like super meticulous. All right, Paul, what do you got for us in the big box? Your box head.
Dear Diary,
Dear
I've been
Diary.
going through this big box of stuff that was sitting behind my seat in the car for all these months. That's the box that the local HR person filled up with the remaining stuff.
Oh, she did it. Oh, Paul didn't even get a chance. So what did they leave behind? What did they not choose to put in the box? I guess Paul's going to tell us.
From my cubicle, and gave it to me when they fired me. I have less than 24 hours left in this hotel. My car insurance is due today. I have nothing for it. My storage in California with everything that represents my life until age 40, that they raised the price on by $80 a month this month, I have nothing for.
Yeah, that's steep. But I was thinking about this before. Is like, okay, if all this stuff is coming due, all right, especially with the car insurance is the big one for me. Is why did you have to stay a week in this hotel? All right, let's just say you stay 5 days. I think 5 days is enough to get your affairs in order, get some rest, get some shut-eye, take a bath and a shower, and just like rest up. And then with those 2 days remaining, surely you would have had enough money in the kitty to put towards your insurance so you can, at the very least, drive the car. I think you can stay in the car, but you can't drive the car. Yeah, so why didn't you do that, Paul? Why did you need 7 days?
Everything to remember my family by, which I paid now more than $30,000 for over 18 years. And there is no excuse for why I don't just have my job and be paying these bills like I always had. There is no reason for it except for the hatred of these people at American Musical Supply. The unprofessionalism. And as if that isn't bad enough, as I go through that box, I just find one after another proof of just how unprofessional and hypocritical these people are.
Yeah, it's like the Watergate boxes they found, just like so much intel and explosive exposés on, AMS that it's just gonna like nuke them from orbit. They're gonna be done. There's gonna be grand juries and investigations into this company for years. It's a turning point right here in this video.
First, here are five boxes of Elixir guitar strings. These are the specially coated, expensive strings.
Yeah, this is the Andes Mint before the main course. So Paul's just prepping us. Don't let this fool you. It might seem like a distraction, but it's not.
I don't know. These are probably, I can't look it up right now. I think they're as much as $17 a piece. But even if I'm wrong, even if they're like $14 a piece, one of these I already gave to Milo with her guitar. So I actually had 6 of these. So I mean, you're pushing $75, $100 worth of strings here.
Shit.
Where did I get these? I got them in my coaching sessions because they had nothing to tell me in my coaching sessions because I had 100% scores. So when I went into coaching, they just gave me free things like that.
So you didn't pay for them. You're not losing money. You were given them.
And that amplifier, that Boss amplifier. That's how good of an employee I was.
Good boy.
Here's a
You ever want to like just like pat Paul in the head? Well, actually no. I don't want to pat Paul in the head.
note that someone just put on my desk. It says, "Dear me, thanks for being such a fun coworker."
No.
And I have a bunch more of those as well, but I had taken those out of the office before I got fired because I could see what was coming. Those are sitting in storage. There are more of these kinds of things than I can count in storage.
Oh, what is it?
There are more of these kinds of things than I can count. Reference documents, pamphlets. This is Taylor Guitars, Martin Guitars. Here's a Martin, the mouse pad I used at work. Big, huge mouse
The explosive expose is coming, guys. Just relax.
pad. Here's two of the Paul Reed Smith calendars. They
Yeah.
have those beautiful pictures of their guitars on them.
Sexy.
I mean, there's just so much of the stuff right here. A pick chart, different types of guitar picks. Bose PA systems pamphlets.
Is you can't just throw out the big mind-shattering, you know, groundbreaking information. You've got to like ease into it. Otherwise, you know, you could go into heart failure.
Portable speaker pamphlets, portable recorders, PRS retail training and resource guide. You accumulate a lot of this over 7 years because 7 years is a long time to work for one company. You got to be pretty dedicated to do that. I was dedicated. They are the ones who were not dedicated to me. They never even spoke to me or told me what.
It wasn't a marriage, Paul. You weren't married to the company. Well, you were. They weren't.
This is even all about before they fired me after 7 years.
You fool.
This is my certificate from PRS training, if you recall when I first started there.
No, he's blocking his name. Good old Paul. I won't say it.
I won the sales contest, even though I'm not a salesperson, and PRS flew me out to their factory to learn how the guitars are made.
Yep.
The electro voice. And how about this?
A mallard? What a, you know, that's a duck or a mallard, or what's the difference between a duck and a mallard? There is a distinction. I don't know it. Yeah.
As far as I know, I might be wrong, but as far as I know, I was the only person left in that office after all those years who knows what this thing even means. I don't think anyone else there knows what this means.
Oh, it's like the deepest of deep inside cuts. You know, if you weren't on the ground floor of this damn thing like Paul was, you ain't gonna get it. It's over your head.
That's how long I'd been there. That's how long I had been there. And they didn't even talk to me before firing me, when they knew for a fact that if they fired me, this is what would happen. I would lose everything I own, everything I've accumulated over 56 years, everything I had to remember my family by. I would lose the car. I would lose everything but the shirt on my back, and then I would die a horrific, long, excruciating, third world death from starvation and exposure or animal attack. They were told this repeatedly, and yet they fired me anyway.
I love the animal attack. It's like, what if like it's so the animal attack, you don't know what it is, so you got to like theory craft it, and you know, what if the eventually he goes out into the wilderness and it's not a bear, it's not a mountain lion, it's nothing like crazy. It's just like an otter nibbled his balls off and he died.
For no reason. But there's one more.
No.
Here's an email that went out.
Here we go. Let's go.
Quote, this is from a supervisor at a different location. I took an escalation call from customer name who had been impacted by the ecom outage. That's the antediluvian software we use, which went down all the time. I took an escalation call from customer who had been impacted by our software outage. The shipment was vital to a performance he is getting tonight, and he had been admittedly irate when speaking to me. He stated that I helped him out so much just by listening and keeping a good, sympathetic tone, and that we should have a lot more customer service agents like me. And then she says, it's rare that an escalated call turns into a kudos. And then she says, great job, keep up the good work. This was printed out because it was mailed in from another location, and the supervisor who put it on my desk at the time, they wrote, nice job. Damn.
Yeah, yeah, it was as Paul says, he did a really good job. Now the big coffee stage, right? Whoops. More of these customer praise that I could ever keep track. Much of that evidence was likely destroyed. Yeah, they are getting it in a secure location and sealing it behind glass, and then like someone comes out with a flamethrower and just like decimates it, destroys it, nuclear bombs it. Destroying evidence is a criminal offense.
This is dated June 17th, 2017. I started working there on May 15th.
Yeah, they put his hard drives from work into a microwave and smashed them.
2017. I had been there 1 month. 1 month. And I only got better from there.
Damn, like, he was off to a good start. That's a big accolade for Paul right off the bat.
But notice something. Notice how the supervisor, notice what the customer said. The customer
Paul, are we building to something big here? All right, we're still going through the aperitifs.
Said that I had helped him out so much just by listening and keeping a good sympathetic tone, and that we should have a lot more customer service agents like me. In other words, the reason I could help this gentleman is because I let him talk. I let him get it out so that he could calm down, and then we could work it out together. That's called diplomacy. That's called professionalism. Because everybody at some point gets riled up and gets angry, and especially if they're under mortal attack from a coworker.
Yeah, you really get riled up, Paul. You get irate. Someone needs to talk you down.
Human resources didn't do that, did they? They're supposedly the diplomats of the company, right? And yet they never spoke to me. They never even told me what the accusation was against me. They didn't sit down there and let me blow off steam because I knew for a fact what that backstabber was doing. And then when I calmed down,
The
they
backstabber.
never talked to me about it at all. And it wouldn't have taken that long, because all I wanted, the reason I got so upset is because they don't talk. They never talk at all. They talked to the backstabber, though, didn't they? That was revealed by our local human resource person. The reason I could help these customers so well is because I let them blow off their steam, and then I talked to them, and we worked.
Well, they've got to talk to her because obviously she's the plaintiff. Like, she's giving the story to them, and then she's passing it on. But they don't have to give the story to you in order to protect the identity of her. I mean, it's obvious, but they're not going to explicitly say this person has made this accusation. They're going to leave it vague, so you can't wait for her as she's stepping out of her office, getting into a beautiful, luxurious, like bougie car that you can't stand. Do you understand?
Work it out. For human resources to claim that they could not have done that they had to just grab the hydrogen bomb and completely obliterate my entire existence, to such a point that there will be no memory that I ever did exist, and there certainly won't be any memory that my sister Lori ever existed. For them to do that, for them to make that claim publicly, is for them to admit just how incompetent they really are. They never tried another alternative solution. They never talked to me. They never sought any alternative. They never sought diplomacy. They never sought anything except this outcome.
Yeah, they went for the nuclear option straight away.
It's the only thing they pursued. And in so doing, they are proving themselves. I don't even have to make the argument. They themselves are proving that they're not as competent as a homeless guy.
Whoa, what the hell was that? He didn't mean to do that.
I don't even have to make the argument. They themselves are proving that they're not as competent as a homeless guy at resolving conflicts. All they had to do was sit down and talk to me.
That is actually from that fake seminar I've shown a few times. That was his big punchline in that, is the thing he would say to really like punctuate and get you like really with you were outsmarted by a homeless guy. God.
Unless, of course, this was never about business and this was just personal all along. And that's exactly what it was. That's why they coddled and held the backstabber like a little baby and stroked him.
No.
That's why they talked to the backstabber, but they never talked to me. What law enforcement agency talks to the accuser, but never talks to the person who's being accused before they pass a death sentence on the person who's accused? What organization, agency, authority, who on the face of the earth?
I think like the CIA, like some real like black ops shit. You don't know why you're getting a bullet to the dome from behind in the middle of the night, but you're getting it.
Does that? I've never seen it before, except in a totally corrupt banana republic or something like the Nazi Empire. It always deals with
Nazi Empire. I guess they didn't really establish an empire, though, did they? They were on track to do it, but they never really established it.
psychopaths. But in a legitimate organization, this doesn't happen, and this can't happen, because a legitimate organization has competent professionals who are capable of doing exactly what I did 7 years ago and only got better at. This is the point I've been trying to make with all these videos. They condemn themselves.
In a while, like okay, you've been fired, but you were so good at your job, and you could say the reason was never given. It was like spurious and kind of bullshit. They were just looking to get rid of me because I was too good at my job. So if you're a good salesman, like Paul would probably claim to be, surely you could go maybe to another part of town, somewhere away from this area, and like spruik yourself. You just say, "I'm Paul B. I am a big swinging dick in the sales department." You would hope he would go back into like the musical field, maybe selling equipment again. So I know my shit. You can't get anything by me. There's no like, you can't stump me. I'm going to know my shit. I'm going to resolve customer complaints with ease. I'm going to actually turn them around and get them praising me. Why didn't he ever do that? There has to be. Maybe he has to skip states. Now he can finally get out of fucking Minnesota. Maybe he has to go to another state. I'm saying like maybe Illinois, like head that way. Go into Chicago, there's going to be like a lot more opportunities. It's going to probably just be as dangerous and miserable. But um yeah, you could like get into another AMS position. And yeah, a few like maybe a few white lies here and there, Paul, just so they don't really catch on to what was going on at AMS. Um and you could be set up again. You could be back on you could be back in the you can be back in the cubicle and sitting pretty, maybe even within a call center complex again with all the amenities that you loved. And maybe even a bed. Holy shit, maybe even a bed. Why wouldn't you do that? I don't know.
Cells. The only reason I'm having to say all this is because they do everything they do in the darkness and the shadows. Again, just like a banana republic, an illegitimate authority, a hate group. Those people work in the darkness and the shadows. Those are
You are throwing stuff around like hate group, KKK, neo-Nazis, Spanish Inquisition.
the people who execute you without telling you their names. And I don't know their names, do I? This was an all-out attack against me, and why nobody in 3 months, as I sit here preparing to finally head out into the wilderness and die this week, I don't.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He has said a thing. Head out to the wilderness in a week, did you say, Paul? Now, this is going to be a gentleman's agreement. You promise in 1 week, and I am going to start a timer. I'm going to start a timer from now. So from this video to this time next week, your next upload in this time frame better be out in the deepest, darkest forest in the surrounding states. One state I don't mind. I don't care where it is. You've got to be out in the wilderness and surviving for your life from wild otters.
Those people work in the darkness and the shadows. Those are the people who execute you without telling you their names. And I don't know their names, do I? This was an all-out attack against me, and why nobody in 3 months, as I sit here preparing to finally head out into the wilderness and die this week.
This week. So this week, in this. All right. So we're in Monday. So Paul has recorded this on a Monday, American time. So by Sunday the 7th, or at least Monday the 8th of July 2024, Paul will have been moved out of this hotel. Well, he's already gone from the hotel like tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, by Sunday or Monday, if he uploads, he is going to be in the wilderness and going, otters, get off me. Cool. All right. Gentleman's agreement, Paul. We're shaking on it. I don't want to really shake your hand, but I'll just like put out my fingers and like shake your pinky. You are going into the wilderness. There's no bullshitting around. There's no excuses. There's no more like extensions, no more time extensions. It's going to happen and there's no going back. This time it's for real, Paul. No more excuses. Okay? All right, agreed. Everyone hear that? Everyone see that? It's agreed upon.
Understand why nobody has stood up and seen the obvious and put these people in their place and get me the help I need to survive. I do not deserve what I have had happen to me here. I deserve the polar opposite of it. There's nothing but boxes of documents praising every move I made for 7 years.
Notice he didn't want to tip it forward towards the camera. There's probably a reason for that.
Why, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 3 months ago, all of a sudden they claim I'm a completely different person than I've been documented to be for 7 years, and now he's gots to go without even talking to him?
Oh, you had a major mental breakdown. You had like a 2-month major mental breakdown, and you weren't the same person. And Yeah, you would like, by your own admission, you were completely crestfallen and destroyed and broken as a human being. Because she didn't want to have Christmas dinner with you or something. Whatever.
without giving him a reason, without telling him what he's accused of doing. This company should be sued into oblivion. And those individuals who did that, they should have civil lawsuits against them as individuals, and they should be put in a prison because this was an.
Well, what about the execution? Why are you dialing back on all the rhetoric? You used to be very verbose about this sort of stuff. So Nuremberg, uh, you know, the hangman's noose. No, we're not doing that anymore. We're just doing civil lawsuits and like getting like some punitive settlement of like $50 and a cup of coffee.
Attack. This was not a business decision.
All right, guys, that is the video for today. Short one by Paul standards. I think we're all very thankful of that. I was considering not doing a 2x, but still he is quite long-winded, so I'm getting used to just hearing him 2x now. Every time I slow it down and hear him how he actually speaks, it's kind of jarring. I'm almost like ready to hear him in 2x exclusively now, maybe even 5x. All right, guys. Yeah, Paul has agreed to the terms, and there's no going back. We have 7 days. Let's just say 7 days. We'll allow him maybe a day or two grace to get everything in order, get the Ford Fusion fueled, get the survivalist equipment ready, and everything packed up and ready to go for the deep, dark forests of some surrounding state around Minnesota. Yeah, maybe you should go up to Canada or something. That would be pretty cool. Until next time, guys, watch out for killer otters that will eat your testicles. Bye.